Hello everyone, my name is Britt Pierce and today robots told me it'd be a great idea to do a Q&A, so that's what we're doing. If you're new here, this channel is all about watches, so if you're wondering why all the questions are watch related, that's why. And let's get answering some of your questions. What's a watch you love but can't pull the trigger on? Price tag not being an issue. There's quite a few that I love but I can't pull the trigger on. My number one reason is almost always size and price. But even if I had the money, so many of the watches that I love are too large for me anyways. For example, FP Journe might be my favorite watchmaker. The designs speak to me, the movements are gorgeous, and even if I could afford some of the Journes that I like, the entire catalog is now 40mm or larger, which just won't work for me. Or even say the Bulgari Octo Finissimo, incredible watches, I love the design, but the fit is so awkward that I've just ruled them out. If they made a 34mm Octo Finissimo though, yes. Yes! Question 2. Why haven't you made a single post regarding the Christopher Ward 12X? Because I haven't gotten one in yet, but that's something I really need to do. I've been pretty swamped under with a lot of deadlines coming up really fast, but I'm finally kind of at the end of the tunnel. I can see the end and I'm in the place where I could probably get a Christopher Ward in again. Actually, let's just email them right now. Thoughts on recent revamp at Bremont? I really hate speaking ill of brands, especially smaller brands. Rolex, who cares? AP, who cares? They deserve it all day long. But a brand like Bremont, I always find myself rooting for them. But I really don't understand the direction they seem to be taking, and they seem to be alienating the people who love their watches the most, their core fan base. Bremont's never really been for me. I'm not someone who would be in their target audience, I don't think, and that's okay. Oh, but I don't love what they're doing. But who knows, maybe it'll be great. I think of that Henry Ford quote. If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Question 4. How much time do you spend going from bracelet to strap just to go back to the bracelet? Zach, this is real talk. I'm at the point now where I almost never take my watch bracelets off because every time I get adventurous and I think, ooh, let's go for a strap today. Let's mix it up a little. Let's get a NATO on there. By the end of the day, I just want the bracelet back. The only watch of mine that I prefer on a strap than its bracelet is my Cartier Tank. Next question, Rolex steel sports watches falling under retail. Could it happen again? Of course it can happen again. I think that's the direction things are going in, and there are some that are already nearly there. 36mm Explorers are nearly there, and they won't be above retail that much longer. Maybe they aren't selling above retail, people are still listing them above retail. Submariners, so the Submariner no date, I could see being around retail very soon. There will always be a few that trade above retail, like stainless steel Daytonas, as long as people want them and they're difficult to get. But I think it is going to be like how it was in 2018, 2019, very soon again. Question 6. Are Swiss watches actually better than Japanese watches, or is it just name? Oh, I wouldn't say Swiss watches are better than Japanese watches by any means. Some of the best watches in the world are coming out of Japan. Grand Seiko, Creedor, Hajime Asaoka, Noyahida, Kurono. Japanese watches definitely have a style and a vibe that is different than Swiss watches, which might not speak to everyone. But some of the best watches in the world are coming out of Japan, but they're also coming out of Switzerland. I would rate Japanese watchmaking as high as Swiss watchmaking, but I wouldn't be quick to say, it's so much better, just to be contrarian. Wow, okay, who's this absolute babe dropping a question in my feed? At watch.gringa asks, can you tell us about the newest IFL drop? It would be my absolute pleasure, watch.gringa. This is the new IFL Seiko Gravity, just released today, May 27th at 3 p.m. British time. And IFL is also today's fabulous video sponsor, so thank you so much to the team over there. If you're not as familiar with IFL, I would describe them as the meeting place of watches and art. They customize timepieces with hand-painted, beautiful dials to make a watch a reflection of you. Today's drop, the SeaQ 5 GMT Gravity is not only my favorite current catalog SeaQ, but also probably my new favorite IFL. It's probably tied with last month's Free Willy concept. I love that one so much. And this one, I couldn't choose. This limited edition is an ode to those who want to explore, but the Earth's gravity holds us back, keeping our feet on familiar ground. It represents those boundaries that we find ourselves confined to, but breaking free from those limits. With IFL, it's always about the craftsmanship and the dial work. This style is hand-painted by the artists over at IFL. Beautifully done, fantastic watch. If you want to get one of these limited editions, or just generally check out IFL, go click that link in my description so they know I sent you over, and maybe they'll want to keep working with me forever because I love working with them. They have so much cool stuff in right now, and these are limited, so don't miss out. Go click that link, and thank you so much to IFL for sponsoring today's video. Okay, next question. Buying a SeaQ. Tell me it is better than the Black Bay 54 and the Seamaster, please. It is better than the Black Bay 54 and the Seamaster. You are making the right choice. I think there's a strong argument for this watch being better than the Submariner. It's not a cheap choice, but it's an excellent choice. Most iconic watch ever, you can only pick one. I think I might take a little bit of heat on this one, but I would say the Cartier Tank. I don't think there's another watch that's been worn by so many celebrities and is kind of somewhat known in the muggle world as well. I'll never forget it. When I first got my Cartier Tank, which was my first nicer luxury watch, one of my colleagues instantly, the first day I was wearing it, the first time he saw it, he said, "Oh, is that a Cartier Tank?" He's not even a big watch guy or anything. He just knew what the Tank was. So that would be my answer, but I expect a spirited debate in the comment section. The Seamaster people are coming. Would you sell all your watches and just keep the tag F1? Funny you should say this. I have literally worn this watch every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And yesterday I was in the car with my husband and I said, I think the tag F1 is the only watch I need. I think I could, like, hypothetically sell everything and just be happy with my F1. But I also think I'm in the honeymoon phase, and sometimes you say hasty things that you don't really mean in the honeymoon phase. So I'm going to say no to this question, but maybe give it a little bit more time and see if it keeps getting a ton of wrist time. Question 10. Oh, I've had a lot of questions about the baby and being pregnant, which is really, really sweet. So I'm going to lump them in together right now. How are you and the baby doing? Really good. Thank you for asking. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm currently 8 months pregnant. I'm feeling very large and I'm struggling quite a bit, but it's all just normal pregnancy struggles and hardships. It's nothing out of the regular. And I've had a few questions about baby watches. What's his first watch going to be? Are we going to get him any watches? So he already has 2 watches from our friends who are far too generous. Thank you so much, guys. So he's got a baby G-Shock. How cute is this? I love the color. Oh, it's going to look so good on him. And he's got this little Audi watch as well. Freaking adorable. I might have to do a state of the collection for him because he's already got some bangers. A few people have asked if he's going to get any birth year watches. My husband and I are both getting some watches this year, so if he wants them, they're his for the taking one day. One day. Question 11, and this one is from Fernando. Yes! MoonSwatch or KITH Heuer? If we're gonna be doing plastic comparisons, MoonSwatch over KITH. And for a little F1, just go get a little neo vintage number. But that's my completely unbiased opinion. Is Rolex overhyped? Okay, this is going to be a hot take coming out of Gringa HQ today. I'm feeling a little bit spicy today. But no, I don't think Rolex is overhyped. It's like saying McDonald's is overhyped or Taylor Swift is overrated. A lot of humans collectively like something. It might not be to your specific taste, we are all unique and different, but a lot of people freaking like these watches, and that's why they're hyped the way that they are hyped. People speak with their wallets and what they give attention to. Rolex sells over 1 million units every year. There isn't a false scarcity, just a lot of people want these. And YouTubers, those gross, pathetic people who watch YouTube videos, they often stick Rolex in the title or make videos about Rolex because people are curious about them and people are searching them up and they click on those videos. Sometimes it's a rage-hate click, but it's often a lot of people who love these watches. Now, don't get me wrong, Rolex have absolutely smashed it in the marketing department, but I'm not sure that's a fault. I think that's what every watch brand wants to do. Like, I think Rolex haters only hate Rolex because maybe they had a really bad shopping experience. Maybe they couldn't get the model that they wanted right away.
Been there, done that. Same.
Or maybe the shop assistant wasn't the nicest, so they decide, I hate Rolex now. Or 2, their watches really genuinely don't speak to them. Which is okay, there's tons of brands that don't really speak to me. But the passionate hatred of Rolex, it doesn't explain that. Just as a watch, Rolexes are well made, great construction, enjoyable to wear, and have a long-standing reputation for being reliable. I'm gonna get absolutely flamed in the comment section. I can feel it already. Do you hate smartwatches? Yes. I'm happy other people really like them for them, but they're absolutely not for me. I don't get it. I don't like them, but also no one's making me wear them, so who cares? I don't want to take that enjoyment away from someone else. I don't have to do it. All the power to you. Question 14. Does it make me a bad person for only liking certain watch brands? No, it just makes you a person. We all have different brands that particularly speak to us and our style and sensibilities. The first rule in watch collecting is buy what you like. I'm getting my first big boy watch to commemorate my first kid. Oh, yes, congrats. That's amazing. You completely deserve this. I love it. Budget in the $5,000 range, no chronos. $5,000 is a good, healthy budget. There's a lot you can get. This is a really good price range. I personally would be going dive watch. If you want new, Tudor is your friend, a Tudor Black Bay 58 or a Tudor Black Bay, depending on your wrist size. For something a bit more everyday, the Black Bay fixed bezel, so many size options. You could get a Breitling Navitimer or a Navitimer GMT. You'd have to go a bit over to get a Chronomat GMT, but I'm sure you could ask for a discount to get it down to $5,000. Another GMT, but the tag Autavia GMT Kosk. Oh, that one is particularly good. You could do so much in this budget. There's so many good watches in this budget. Cartier, you could get a Cartier Tank Moose Solar Beat, but that's a bit dressier. A Longines Spirit Zulu Time. There's so much you could buy. One of the best watches you could buy secondary and even under budget, a Seamaster Diver 300, or even an Aquaterra. Okay, I've been talking for a long time, so let's make this the last question. Will you wear a watch at your delivery? Have my man Poppy bring it to you when all is calm. I love this one. Okay, this is something I've thought about way too much already. This is like a true watch girl problem. And yes, I will be wearing a watch during my delivery or during my time at the hospital. And I have decided on my Rolex Oyster Perpetual. So I was wearing this watch when I got into a big cycling accident last year. I nearly died, pretty awful stuff, but this watch made it through just fine. And it's kind of come to symbolize big life changes or big life moments for me. This is the watch I wore when I nearly died, and it's going to be the watch I wear a year later, bringing in new life. This is one of those pieces that has come to resemble something much bigger than just a watch in my life. But that's wanky. I'm going to stop being a wanker now. If you don't want to be a wanker, you should hit the like button right now and comment and do everything the algorithm likes. Or else you're a wanker. I've got so many more questions left over, so many good ones. So if you enjoyed this, I would love to do another one of these, maybe do some of those questions that are left over. Let me know in those comments if you want more Q&As. And now, let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful, never did anything wrong in their lives ever Pope tier patrons. We're gonna give the lovely people of Patreon, the fabulous Pope tier patrons, all tier patrons, a break from my stupid voice and my stupid face to soak in kitten adorableness. Oh, she sang, thank you patrons, thank you all tier patrons, thank you.